All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a little bit of an odd video for you this week, I think. So I had a plan in place. I was gonna bring you guys a new product that I found on the market, and I did a whole video on it, and things haven't quite gone to plan on that. But here's the thing. This is why this is gonna be kind of a strange video, is we're gonna go ahead and show it. But I wanna preface this with, I haven't fully vetted this product yet. So it's a new thermostat for Coleman Mach air conditioners. And I went through kind of this whole video process, did a little bit of initial testing, and I thought I really liked it. And it turns out it's not working out so well for us. Now, I don't know if that's our situation in general, or if there are problems with this thermostat as a whole. But I shot the video, guys. I'm gonna show it to you. And if you get, and if it's something you guys want to try, I would actually be interested to see other people's experience with this new thermostat. I'm not gonna give too much of it away because we're just gonna go ahead and show you the video. So just keep that in mind. I haven't fully vetted this thing yet, and I have issues. So if you want to try one, feel free. I mean, the worst that can happen is you buy one, it doesn't work out, and you send it back. No big deal. They're fairly easy to install. And so anyway, there's another reason that this video is a little bit strange because I guess, to be honest, we're not real sure where we're going with the whole YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we're not dropping it. We're not leaving the YouTube universe.
We're not going to abandon you guys.
No, but we've got a lot of stuff to do right now. We didn't quite realize how much work it was going to take to get this RV tech and inspector business off the ground.
So mostly, I think I don't want to jump into this new business half-assed, if you will. I want to have all of our T's dotted and I's crossed. And I know. And I just don't want to jump into it blindly. So we're really trying to get this thing set up as much as possible with all of our systems in place so that we don't have to worry about those systems and how to, track everything and get payment and all that good stuff on the fly. That's not something that we want to do. But that's not the only reason we're hitting the pause button on the channel. So I'll be honest with you, the YouTube channel it takes up a lot of space in my brain. I've always kind of said from the beginning that if this becomes something that we don't really enjoy doing,
when it becomes work,
when it becomes actual work, we're gonna have to revisit how we approach this channel and what we do. Yeah. So that's the point we're at. That's the point we're at now. I think we are not totally giving up the YouTube channel, but we typically post a video a week. Every Sunday we got a new video coming out. That's probably not going to be the case for at least for a little while. We're probably going to go more to, we're going to make a video when we have good content to bring you guys, have something useful to bring you guys.
Yes, we still want to stay in touch with you guys. We'd kind of talked about this, but do you have ideas for stuff that you want us to do? Stuff that you just have questions on and one of us can answer. Yeah, we always like the feedback from you guys. So if you got topics that you want to see, things that you're interested in about the full-time RV life, don't hesitate to reach out to us. All of our videos, we've got contact information down there in the description, our email, and so don't hesitate to reach out to us. So bottom line, we're hitting the pause button. We'll put out videos when we have something good to bring you guys. So in my mind, that's not going to be forever. In my mind, at some point, we'll get back to weekly videos. It just not right now. We've got a lot of stuff going on. So having said all of that, let's go ahead and jump into that new product that I found out there. And I think it's probably something that most of you guys haven't heard of. I'd actually never heard of it until just a few weeks ago. So let's just jump right into that. Why does my thermostat suck in my RV? I know a lot of you guys have probably asked that same exact question. We pay a lot of our hard-earned money for these RVs only to be plagued by a thermostat that looks like it stepped straight out of the 1980s. And up until now, if you want to upgrade that thermostat for one that has anything resembling modern day technology that gives you modern day features and controls, you're gonna end up spending a lot of money. Well, fortunately for a whole bunch of us out there, the game has changed. Hopefully. All right, guys, welcome back. As many of you know,
We just came through the NRVTA training school down in Athens, Texas, and we are getting ready to start up our own mobile service business. The reason I'm bringing that up is because we're not doing a lot of traveling right now. We're not doing a lot of sightseeing, a lot of the things that we would normally be doing, because we're focusing so much of our time right now on getting this business ready to open up its doors. So this week we're talking about a little gem that I found as I was doing some research on thermostats for RVs, because I'm tired of the janky one that came with this rig. The thermostat that came with this rig basically offered no functionality other than being able to set the temperature and set the fan speed. That was it. When it comes to being able to even just create a basic schedule for your thermostat, there are very limited options out there. You're forced to jump up to an aftermarket brand, something like a Micro-Air, which really costs a lot of money. We had one in our last rig, our 375, and I think I paid somewhere around 350 bucks for that thermostat. And I just didn't want to spend that kind of money again, especially because all three of my air conditioners are on separate systems, which means if I wanted to be able to set some sort of schedule for each of them, I'd have to buy 3 separate thermostats. That could easily be $1,000 out the window real quick. So as I was doing some research on the Google machine, trying to find a better thermostat for this rig, I came across this guy right here. So this, in my opinion, hasn't been marketed properly or really marketed at all by Coleman, but this is a Coleman smart Wi-Fi thermostat. This one has the ability to create schedules, and it's Wi-Fi enabled, which means I could control this from anywhere in the world. And here's the best part about this thermostat is it's about half the price of one of the Micro-Air Easy Touches. I picked this up off of eBay because I couldn't even find this thing on Amazon. I think I paid about 142 bucks. So after shipping and taxes and everything, I think it was just over $150 for this thing. Okay, so I've got this thermostat currently installed in the bedroom. And what I want to do with this video is really just talk through some of the key features of this thing, what I like and what I don't like about it, and also how to wire this thing up, because the wiring configuration on this thing was quite a bit different from the stock thermostat that came in this RV. And I think probably for most people who aren't familiar with these systems might get a little confused or discouraged when they see that it is quite different hooking these up. The connections are all labeled differently, and you kind of have to understand what wires do what. So as you can see here, the old thermostat had some very basic connections, and those connections are labeled R, B, Y, GH, and GL. And so for this particular system, the R is a red wire and it's the 12 volts coming in. The B is a blue wire and that's the common wire. The Y is a yellow wire and that goes to the compressor. The GH is the fan high speed, and then the GL is the fan low speed. Okay, so now let's compare that to the new thermostat, which as you can see has a totally different set of, I guess, labels on the connections. So let's start with that red wire again, which is the 12 volts coming in. That red wire for this new thermostat is going to go to the RC connection. The blue wire, which again is the common, that's going to go to the C connection. The yellow wire, which goes to the compressor, goes to Y1. The brown wire, which is the fan slow speed wire, goes to the G connection. And then the green wire, which is the fan fast speed, goes to the connection called multi. And now again, this is a very simple setup in the bedroom. It's just a single air conditioner. It doesn't have a heat pump. It doesn't have a furnace attached to the system or anything like that. It's just one single air conditioner. And what I will say is the user manual has some very good pictures in here for connecting up the new thermostat based on all the different types of systems that are out there. And I'm not going to go into all those different types of systems because there are just a lot of them out there. But the book has, I think, about 15 pages dedicated to the wiring schemes for each of those setups. So if you have something slightly different than what I have here, don't worry about it. It's probably in the manual. All you got to do is follow the instructions in there. The only thing that I will add to the wiring part of this is don't try and go off of anything else other than what those wires actually do. And if you're not sure what the wires in your thermostat actually do, you might want to call a professional to come get this thing installed. All right, so now we'll go into just one step further into the setup process of this whole thing, and that's getting this thing connected to your Wi-Fi network. So like many of the smart devices that we have in this rig, this thermostat is controlled via the Tuya/Smart Life app. And the good thing about this is that the Tuya Smart Life app is free, and you can download it from either the Android or the Apple Store. Okay, now once you've got the app downloaded and installed and set up on your phone, this is really easy to connect to the network. So all you have to do is just open up that Smart Life app, and then on the thermostat, just push the dial, rotate it over to the Wi-Fi set point, and then push the dial in. And then the only option is to just scroll up and select the pairing option. Once you do that, the app will automatically search for and find the thermostat. Okay, so that's the setup process. And what I would say is once you get into the app, it's very straightforward. It's very easy to use. The main page, you can set the mode, so either heating or cooling. In this case, for us, it's only one mode, it's cooling. You can set the fan mode, you can set the temperature, and then you can select which cooling mode that you want it to be in. They have 3 different modes. The first one is the eco mode. The eco mode basically is almost like a energy saving mode where it's gonna try and run the air conditioner as little as possible to maintain temperature in here. The second mode is the comfort mode, and that's kind of the opposite of the eco mode. In that mode, it's basically gonna run the AC as much as it needs to maintain a tighter band and a more comfortable temperature inside of the room. And then the schedule mode, I think that one's probably pretty obvious to most of us. In that mode, you can schedule different times and temperatures. Now, one thing that I don't like about this thermostat is the fan control. So there's basically 3 options. You've got high, you've got low, and you've got auto. High and low, they do exactly what they sound like they do. If I were to put this thing to high, the fan will run in high all day long, and then the compressor will cycle on and off as needed to maintain temperature. And the same would happen if I had the fan set to low. And then in the auto mode, the fan gets controlled automatically by the thermostat. And as near as I can tell, the way that works is, let's say I have the thermostat set to 70 degrees, but it's 90 degrees inside the bedroom. So if I turn the AC unit on, then what'll happen is it'll start up and that fan will start in fast speed because there's a really big difference in temperature there, and it wants to bring it down as fast as possible. And then as that room temperature nears the set point temperature of the thermostat, then it will automatically shift the fan speed to low, and then it will generally just run in low speed pretty much at all times unless it can't keep up, in which case it would shift back to fast speed to help cool the room down. Now, I would prefer that there were 2 more options here. I would prefer that there was an auto high and an auto low. And what those 2 modes generally do is when the air conditioner kicks on, if you're in high auto, then the fan will kick on at the same time the compressor kicks on, and then when the compressor kicks off, the fan will also shut off. Same for slow speed. Unfortunately, we don't have that option with this thermostat, and to be honest with you, it may be a non-issue long term. I just wish we had a little bit more control of that aspect of the thermostat, but not a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination in my mind. All right, the only other thing I want to talk about here as far as control and what you can do from the thermostat or the app is there are some settings that you can get into. It's very limited on the thermostat itself what you can do as far as the settings. If you get into the app on your phone, there are quite a bit more settings that you can adjust in there. I would say that some of those, a lot of people probably shouldn't be messing around with unless they're familiar with air conditioning systems and thermostats and how they work together and just how the whole system operates. But there are some very basic things that you can control in there. But what I've found is that probably for most people, you really won't have to adjust any of those extra settings. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about what I do and what I don't like about this thermostat. So I guess I want to talk about the things that I don't like first, because I kind of want to end this on a positive note. So what I don't like is, one, I just mentioned it, is the fan controls. I wish we had a little bit more control over that. I'm not going to go into that anymore. And the second thing I don't like about this, and it kind of almost piggybacks off of what I do like about it, but it's the fact that this is a Wi-Fi, a smart Wi-Fi thermostat, and I can control it from anywhere. And we've already talked about how it's controlled through the Tuya/Smart Life app, but it also is advertised that it is compatible with both Amazon and Google smart devices, meaning the smart speakers. However, what I've found is that controlling this thing through my Amazon smart device is a complete and total disaster. I'm not really going to go into the details there, but it doesn't work at all. It doesn't matter what I tell my smart device to do with this thermostat. The only thing it'll do is set it to 99 degrees. Well, that obviously makes no sense and is not helpful at all. So that's the only other thing that I don't like about this thermostat, is that integration with my Amazon smart device is just a complete disaster. And unless they do some serious work on it, I'll never use it. Okay, so now why do I like this thermostat, right? So number one, I really was looking for two features here. So number one, I was looking for the ability to create a schedule, and I was looking for the ability to control and monitor this thing from anywhere. Now, as far as I can tell, both of those features are gonna work out great, and because those were the two main features I was looking for, I have no issues so far with this thermostat. Now, I will say that I'm going to continue to test this. I'm going to probably use it for maybe another week or two, just to ensure that I don't run across any issues. And if I don't, I'm actually going to buy another one of these and get it installed in the living room. Now, the living room is a little bit different because it's an air conditioner / heat pump, and it also has the furnace connected to it. So the wiring is going to be a little bit different, but I have no doubts at this point that this thermostat will be able to handle all three of those different modes that thermostat needs to operate out there. Okay, so I didn't intend for this video to be a real in-depth review of this thermostat. My real intention here was to show everybody out there, for at least those of us with the Coleman Mach AC units, that we have another option that has some kind of updated technology in it that didn't just, come straight from the 1980s. And then on top of that, I wanted to show that that option doesn't have to break the bank. Now, unfortunately, if you don't have a Coleman Mach AC unit, this is not going to work for you. But if you do, again, it's just another option. All right, so I'm not going to drag this out any farther, but like I said, I'm going to continue to test this. And if I come up with any issues or it just doesn't work out, I will definitely make sure I give you guys an update on that. But for now, like I said before, we've got a lot of work to do trying to get this business up and running. And I might be mistaken, but I think Candace may be out there waiting for me to help her take care of some of that stuff. So we're gonna wrap this video up. If you got something out of this video, if you liked it, make sure you hit that like button down there. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, and hit that bell button so that you get notified of all of our future videos. And until that future video, happy camping and stay safe out there, guys.